Well, I was a member of the Advent Christian Church, the small church in Fresno, California, active in the youth group. And every summer we would go to Camp Santa Cruz in Santa Cruz, where there was an Advent Christian campground. And usually, I think maybe without fail, every summer there was also a representative from Aurora College there. And I know at least one year it was Moses Krause. He may have been there too. But I know Moses Krause really impressed me and kind of put the bug in me. And in addition, I was kind of anxious, I think, to leave home. I was, and Aurora, although 2,000 miles was a little bit much, but I decided maybe I was going to make it. It was another hard thing was because in California at that time, the times have changed, getting an education in California was cheap. I think $150 would have paid everything for at least one semester. Maybe that was for the year, I forget. But I know the $150 stuck in my mind. And that even in Aurora, was more expensive. It was somewhat more expensive than that. But, so anyway, I decided to, and with my folks' blessing, although I'm sure they regretted, they didn't really like my going away that far. I grew a lot, and of course this is the time in a person's life when normally I think we grow in a lot of ways, but Aurora helped shape my growth both spiritually, knowledge-wise, and I think in able to reason. That's probably even more important than the knowledge, but in the reasoning. But also too, self-confidence. Somehow Aurora gave us tools, and it kind of helped embolden us, I think, to when we acquired these. But I got a job shortly after I came back, and one of the things, the reason I can thank Aurora for that is that their schedule then made it easier to get a job. Almost all the classes were in the morning, before noon. So your afternoons were pretty much free, except maybe there were a few lab courses that were in the afternoon. There were some evening classes, but I didn't have too many of those. So that left afternoons and evenings to work. And I was able to get a job that was fine with the employer, and they were very flexible. So basically, I became independent financially. I could tell my folks, forget about, they don't have to worry about my tuition. I could take care of that myself. So that helped again, self-confidence. I can remember Dr. Smith, Clarence Smith, and took a couple of classes from him, and he was one of the ones that was able to help me appreciate science, and especially astronomy and cosmology. And I still have a strong interest in those subjects. And then, of course, I think most of all, of course, would be Moses Krause. When I came to Aurora, I was not a theologue. I didn't come as into the theology program. I came as mainly in the area of science, but after my freshman year, I decided I kind of felt the nudge. I needed to change to theology. So I changed my major to theology, and then I took, of course, a lot of classes from Moses Krause. And he was the one that was able to help my spiritual life and my religious thinking to grow in a way that could deal with some of the other ideas I was coming across. And he also had us in his home and was very close to all of his students. And fact is, if you got to know him, he presented himself as kind of a fellow searcher, a fellow learner, not the professor that had all the answers. He was searching with you. He was very demanding, which of course helped me later on in my when I went to seminary and those schools. But so yeah, I think Mose Krause, everybody called him Mose, was probably the most influential in my life.